Okay, AI Jedi here. Today I'm going to show you what a lot of people ask for, which is how do I send videos to Chat-GPT's OMNI, 4.0, the OMNI, and how do I have it analyze those videos via API calls? So it's actually pretty easy. I'm just going to show you today. Do me a favor, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm going to put a lot of videos about specifically about computer vision. That's what I do all day, every day, machine learning and computer vision AI. So please be sure to like and subscribe on the channel here, AI Jedi. So the first thing you need to do is go to OpenAI.com and Chat-GPT. Once you get there, there's the URL at the top. Once you get there, scroll down all the way. It's a lot of stuff. Okay, get to the bottom and you see API login. If you click that, it'll ask you to log in, but if you don't have an API account, it's very simple. Just hit sign up. I'm already signed in, so it brings me to my screen here. What you want to do here is you want to click on dashboard, and over here to the left you see API keys. Go ahead and click that. I already have a key set up, but to create a new secret key, hit the plus sign with create new secret key in the top right. Name it whatever you want. It's optional, but it does help if you name it. And then when you hit create secret key, you'll get your secret key. Mine is hidden here, but you'll get your full key. When you get that key, immediately copy it because we're going to need it, and paste it in a notepad file because you're going to use it. Speaking of which, let's open Notepad. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a variable here, an environmental variable called OpenAI, all uppercase, underscore API, underscore key, then equals, and then go ahead and paste your own key in here. I've blacked mine out so you can't see it. When you hit save as, make sure you switch to all files and name it the same thing, OpenAI underscore API underscore key dot env. It's really important you do this. This is what it'll look like when you're done. That's my key in there. My key is stored in there in this environmental variable. I also have it on my desktop in a folder called OpenAI, and you'll see in a second how I call this file. So we get out of there, we get out of there. So once you have that, let's go into Colab, and let me move myself over here, move my bar over here. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to upload the environmental file. So let's open that up. Okay, fine. That's just telling me, reminding me I'm going to have to do it every time. So there it is. Now I'm going to move this up. I'm going to put it in my Colab, Google Colab content folder. And there it is. You can always get the path to that, by the way, by copying path. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to have to do, so now you have your OpenAI API key. So now let's make sure that we've got the latest version of OpenAI installed. So I'm in Colab, so I'm doing a pip install, and I need this exclamation point because I'm in the Colab. So I'm going to run this. It'll take a second. By the way, all of the code is pasted down below. You'll see that, so you can just use it right afterwards. This won't take very long. Okay, successfully installed. Okay, the next thing that we have to do is we have to install a particular library here that allows you to load the environmental variables like your OpenAI secret key from the .env, the environmental file that we just created and uploaded here. So let's make sure that's installed. So there's the command, pip install python -dotenv. Let's run that. Should only take a second or a few seconds. Here it goes. Done. Now, we already installed up here OpenAI. So now from OpenAI, we're just going to import this so we can use it. Done. Next, we need to import OS. So it basically provides a way for us to use the operating system, the functionality of it. It's already part of Python, so we didn't need to install it. It's already there. Just run import. Takes less than a second. Okay. Up above, remember, we installed .dotenv. Now we have to import it. Just takes a second. Done. All right. Now we're getting into it. So now I want to get this file here loaded up. So this is the command, load _.env. Well, I'll just say dot. I don't want to confuse anybody. .dotenv. And then here is the path. Remember, you can always get the path, copy the path, and then paste it in your Google Colab right there. You have to make sure this env file is in the content folder for this to work in this particular code that I've shared with you. All right, so let's run that. Okay, true, that's a good indication. All right, now we need to take this from the file and load it up into our environment here. So we're going to set the API _key to os.environ.get. And then remember, this is the name of the variable, not the folder name, not the file name, but the actual variable that we set in Notepad. So we made this equal to our key. So now let's get the key. Done. Now we have to initialize the OpenAI client. This will just take a second. Done. All right. Now here's where we really get into it. Oh, I don't know why this is. Let's get rid of this. Don't need this twice. Okay. Now here is the command, and I just want to stress really quickly. It's strange when you use can you see this? When you use Chat-GPT, this is my Chat-GPT universe. It's kind of a joke with my kids. Chat-GPT, when you use it, it actually messes this command up for some reason. And I'm using OMNI, and it still, for whatever reason, puts in weird, like a different command here. So make sure you get this command exactly correct. And if you are doing stuff in Chat-GPT, remember to come back and use this. This actually works. Now we have to set the model. The model is not GPT-40. It is 40, literally the letter, because for OMNI. Some people make the mistake where they put the 0 in there. That is not a 0. All right. The first thing we want to do is, remember, Chat-GPT is pretty general in its knowledge. So if you ask it a question, it kind of gives you a general answer. So here I'm pretending that, well, what I want out of the image that I'm going to share with the computer is I want the computer to analyze it from a surveillance standpoint, from a physical security and video surveillance standpoint. So I'm going to say you are a physical, I'm telling Chat-GPT to kind of narrow its focus and be an expert here. You are a physical security and let's say, and video surveillance expert. I'll say something else here. You pride yourself on having keen observation skills and let's say acute situational. Okay, if I don't tell it this, it's kind of going to give us a very general answer. All right, so now what I want to show you is I'm going to send it an image first I want to show you how you do this. We're going to send an image from the web. This is on somebody's website here, the clevelandclinic.org. And it's a picture here. Let's take a look at the picture. Let me just grab this for you. Copy. Whoops. Collab. I got it. Copy. Control C. Go up here. Pop this open. Control V. And go. All right. So this is somebody's website, and it's got a picture of a lady walking with a dog. Let's go back to our code. Now, before you send videos, I'm going to explain that. But first, let's just send it a picture from the web. Okay. Basically, we're sending it a URL. We're not even sending it we haven't encoded a picture to send to it. So we're just sending a URL. Okay. Now, the role here is going to be, the first part is going to be text. And it's going to say, here's an image. Can you describe it? Based on telling it it's a surveillance expert. And then we're going to go ahead and tell it the URL right here. And we're going to, you can put any picture in here you like from the web. It's fine. Temperature set at 0. I think temperature is between 0 and 1. I think 0 is no hallucinations. Basically, it takes you literally. And then I think 1 is very creative in its responses. And then we'll print the response choices here, so the answer to our question. Can you describe it? All right, let's see what happens when we run it. Takes a second for the API call. Okay, here we go. By the way, it took 4 seconds for the API call, which is pretty good if you want to use OpenAI's API, like for video surveillance and stuff, if you want to use it in the cloud and send images from your security cameras up to the OpenAI. It's only 4 seconds response, so it's pretty fast. The image shows a person walking a dog on a city street. That's pretty general. But here's where it gets interesting. The person is wearing a green coat, patterned shirt, gray pants. These are all great attributes to grab from this and store in like a Dynamo database or any database tied to this image, which could be a frame from a video. So you could tie this whole description to the video itself, so then people can search and find the video clips they want. And is looking at a smartphone while smiling. The dog is on a leash and appears to be a collie. Okay, getting more specific. The background's got parked bicycles, cars, as well as buildings and trees. The weather appears to be clear and sunny. Okay, so obviously we can tweak what we're looking for here, and we can ask very specific things. I could ask, if you see a car, can you tell me the license plate number, or at least the state of where the list all the states of the license plates that you see in the picture. All right. So now you see how that works. Let's switch gears here and talk about the next thing you need to know is how to send it your own picture before we get into videos. Okay, so this next piece of code, this is interesting. Instead of going out to a URL for the image, we're going to take a frame, one photo from a video, from your security cam. You can just grab a frame, and we can do that. I'll show you how to do that as well. But let's just right now, what I've done is I've uploaded this picture, vehicle test 2 JPEG, and I've put it in my content folder on Google Colab. So it's right here. So now what we're going to do is we have everything else set up here. What we need to do is add something. I've got to import base 64, and I'll show you why in a second. Go ahead and create a variable called image_path, and then go ahead and paste whatever picture you have, whatever picture you uploaded into your Google Colab. I put a car in here, and I'll show you why in a second. So I put a vehicle in here. Now, there's a little function here that's basically going to open the image file and encode it. I have this function because later you can put as many frames of a video as you want in here. And then here, base 64 image equals encode the image, and of course, image path, which is the vehicle up here. All right, I'm loading my environmental variable again. It's fine. API key, initialize, all this stuff you've seen above. We don't need that. That's just a comment line there. Okay. Response, same thing, 4, not 0, but 4.0. Now I'm saying to Chat-GPT, you are an expert on vehicles. You are very good at observing vehicle colors, styles, manufacturers, models, license plate numbers, state license plate numbers, and even the gender of drivers. This is really cool because you could tell it, hey, find me all the security video of a male 40 to 50 years old driving a black Honda Civic with alloy wheels and tinted windows with Texas plates or something. So you'll be able to search, soon people will be able to search video intelligently like this. So again, I've narrowed down ChatGPT's area of expertise. So it's highly focused and knows what to look for. Now I say, here's an image of a vehicle. Please describe as many attributes as you can. And now I put in the URL, but the URL is actually this local image here, this vehicle base 64 image, which is this, which encoded my picture of the car. Again, temperature 0, and here we're going to print the response. Again, I'll have all this code down below, and please subscribe, because if more subscribers, the more information I really want to, more videos I'll be encouraged to make and share with you. I want to share as much as I know. Okay, here we go. When we run the cell, it's looking at the picture at OpenAI. Oh, here we go. The image shows a gray Honda Civic sedan. Here are some attributes. Honda Civic sedan gray license plate. The vehicle has a Texas license plate with the number RKB 3279. Features: the car has a modern design with distinctive rear lights and alloy wheels. Okay, we could probably extract more information if we wanted, but this is pretty good. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to take two images of a person at different times and see if OpenAI can detect whether or not it's the same person. It's a really interesting computer vision problem called re-identification, and I want to show you that. It builds on this, and then I'll progressively show you more and more. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm AI Jedi. Please go ahead and like this video and subscribe. Thank you very much. I'll see you at the next video.